Welcome to the 60 Plus Podcast.
I'm Janet.
And I'm Joe. How are you today, Janet?
I'm doing really well today. How you doing?
I'm doing quite well.
Good.
We're doing a remote today. I think this is our
We are.
first
I think
remote.
this is the first time we've actually gone on locale,
Yes.
location, however you want to say it. Yes.
And we have a guest.
And we have a guest.
Do you want to introduce our guest?
I do. So we're going to be talking today with Gina from Hemp Buyer. And we're going to be talking about the benefits of hemp and CBD products. And Gina's going to give us an education about those products and the benefits of them, especially for people over 60.
Excellent. Excellent. What a good topic.
Oh, thank you guys for coming out. I'm honored to be your first on-site local.
Well, we're very excited to have you talk to us about all these great things about hemp and CBD. I can't wait. I need to learn more.
All right. So first off, I'm very passionate about hemp and cannabis and all of the potential benefits surrounding the plant. Hemp and cannabis are comprised of over 113 identified compounds, one of which is psychoactive, THC.
Oh, okay.
So the other remaining compounds, predominantly CBD, CBG, and CBC, which I'm eager to share with everybody today about, are all non-psychoactive. So there's no high affiliated with the hemp plant and CBD specifically.
I see. So nobody really has to worry about taking CBD products and, not being able to string a sentence together.
Right. So some of the products, while they may contain
We have that problem anyway.
So some of the products that we carry may contain up to 0.3% THC, but that THC content is so low it would be 100% non-psychoactive. So the biggest difference is a huge misconception. Cannabis and hemp are actually two different plants from the same plant family.
Okay.
Your traditional cannabis plant is going to be really, really rich in THC and less abundant in CBD, where hemp, the male plant, is going to be more abundant in CBD and contain little to no THC, and that's naturally occurring. So all the products that we carry are derived from industrial hemp, which was federally legalized in 2018.
Okay. I heard this one time. I don't know if you know if this is true or not, but apparently our forefathers used to smoke hemp.
Oh, more than just smoke hemp. So believe it or not, up until Prohibition, you were required to grow hemp. So farmers were required to grow hemp.
For what purpose?
Anything you can think of, textile,
rope making, right?
Rope making. And I mean, it's up until Prohibition, it was widely used for medicine for thousands of years. But hemp is so rich in phytonutrients that when it's actually grown in close proximity to other fruits, vegetables, and types of, plants, that it would feed the soil nutrients.
Okay, feed the soil with nutrients, which then transferred over to the other crops.
Yes. So up until the 30s, we were, biologically consuming hemp for years.
Right,
which is so interesting. And we actually have a functioning system within our body, the endocannabinoid system, which is built up of receptors, CB1 and CB2 receptors that cannabinoids bind to.
I see.
So when you think of things like evolution, why do we have this functioning system when cannabis is, federally illegal? It's because up until the 30s, we were consuming it on a daily basis through our fruits and veggies.
Did you know that, Joe?
I didn't know that at all.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish I was born now before the 30s.
Really? Really?
No.
Do you?
So fun fact, the Declaration of Independence was written on hemp.
Oh, so
Yes.
the parchment was made out of hemp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And they were also on hemp when they wrote it.
Right. Or consuming it. It's interesting because CBD is one of the many compounds present in hemp and cannabis, and it's a really strong anti-inflammatory. And I've met a lot of doctors and practitioners through my journey here at Hempire, and I've even heard that inflammation is the root cause of all illnesses.
So many diseases. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So just to kind of clarify some of the acronyms that you're using. THC is the stuff that makes you high.
Yes.
CBD, CBG.
CBN, CBC, CBDA.
That's all in hemp.
It's in hemp and cannabis. But naturally, the female cannabis plant grows with more abundance THC, and it's less abundant in other cannabinoids.
Okay.
Where
And
hemp
so-
it's like the opposite.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's the female plant
So
that causes you to get high.
Yes, the female plant and the
those
female plant only.
females, I'll
wasn't-
tell you.
I wasn't gonna say. I had nothing good that could come from any joke I was about to make.
Careful, tread lightly.
And very lightly. All right, so hemp and the CBD, CBG, all the CBs, those reduce inflammation.
So CBD has been shown to predominantly reduce inflammation. I would say that that's its predominant use. Canada has federal legality of cannabis, so we're seeing a ton of medical research coming out of Canada pertaining to other compounds or cannabinoids like CBG, which has also been shown to be an incredibly strong anti-inflammatory, CBN, which has also been shown to be a strong anti-inflammatory, and other potential benefits as well, like CBG has been shown to potentially support our nervous system and our digestive system a little bit more than CBD.
Okay.
So I would say the next like 6 months to a year, you're going to see tons of other hemp and cannabis compounds emerging on the market. CBG, my personal belief, is going to wipe out the whole CBD industry. It's not as abundant in hemp and cannabis. So you'll typically see it available in lower milligrams, but it's been shown to be an awesome anti-inflammatory.
We have so many questions.
I know,
Go ahead,
really.
Joe.
CBG, where do you get that if it's not in hemp?
So it is in hemp. It's a compound.
Lower
Yes,
percentage.
it's lower in dose. But now farmers and scientists are cultivating strains of hemp that are higher in CBG.
Okay, so it'll
which is
become less
wonderful.
expensive
It will.
over time.
Yes, just as the CBD market has. When I first started working here, the price points were incredibly high, and they're dropping. It's a saturated market. There's a lot of product out there, but we do a ton of research as to what comes on our shelves.
Right.
So
right.
everything we carry is third party tested by a lab that's not affiliated with us or our vendors. So it's free of all heavy metals, pesticides, and toxins.
Okay. So I have a question. I know about anti-inflammatories and how good they are because of inflammation leads to disease and pain and all kinds of things. How does it compare to, say, something like turmeric, which is also an anti-inflammatory?
Yeah, so I love turmeric. I think CBD and turmeric are actually very complementary to one another. CBD and other compounds work differently than other anti-inflammatories because they interact with our endocannabinoid system,
I see.
which interacts with every other functioning system in our body.
That's the cool part, right?
They bind to fats, so a carrier like coconut oil, for example, and then the fats bind to our receptors.
Okay. And so we already have these in our system. Is that right? Or, yeah.
Yes,
Right.
and our body produces endocannabinoids, and what you see, the types of products that we carry would be considered phytocannabinoids, or cannabinoids coming from plants,
So it
essentially.
just really promotes the natural ability of your body,
Yes.
right?
In theory, it could put our body back into homeostasis. Trial and error comes into play. Like, we're not doctors. We can't tell you what your body needs or what milligram your body needs, but playing around with your dosage until you find like what I refer to as your sweet spot is the best way to tackle different ailments,
Okay.
for lack of better terms.
So what is homeostasis?
Homeostasis is just overall balance to your body. So nervous system support, anti-inflammatory, digestive system support, etc.
So what kind of conditions do people have, or what are they looking for when they come into your store, especially in the 60 plus age group, because
Yes.
that's our listenership. So
And that's our clientele as well. Our clientele is 65 plus. Most predominantly, I would say they come in for pain. I would say specifically arthritic pain. It's the number one thing people come in for, followed by sleep, followed by anxiety. I would say
Okay.
are the top three big ones.
So you have different products for each of those conditions, or a combination of the different components?
Yeah, so some of them could be combinations. Some of them could be singular cannabinoids, like just CBD. Again, if you're looking for that anti-inflammatory. Some of them may be ratios of CBD to CBN, for example. CBN is a non-psychoactive compound that's been shown to promote sleep. So it really kind of varies depending on what the customer is looking for. However, we do carry traditional CBD products, which may cater to whatever falls under the umbrella
Okay.
of things that it could potentially help
Right.
with.
And there's a varied degrees of ways in which you can get these components, right?
Yes. for sure. So it's just like with any new industry, it's an ever expanding market. And it's all preference. I tell everybody the best way to take it is the way you think you're going to take it. Of course, some deliveries are more bioavailable than others. So oil, CBD oil, which is the most common delivery we hear about, that's taken sublingually under the tongue and absorbed through our bloodstream and our capillaries, where a capsule or an edible is digested and processed through our liver.
Okay.
So, for example, if you're somebody who has trouble processing through your liver, an edible or a capsule would not be the delivery for you.
Okay.
It is preference, but there are factors that come into play when choosing a product, of course.
And you have teas and lotions as well, right? And things of that nature?
The teas are, I would say, a little more ailment specific because they do incorporate other botanicals and herbs that may help with address different issues.
Like turmeric.
Like turmeric, yes, we carry a wonderful turmeric ginger tea, and it's one of our best sellers for inflammation.
In lotions.
Oh, yes, the lotions, which are applied externally to the localized area of pain or inflammation. So CBD being an anti-inflammatory, topicals are also, or lotions rather, are also widely used for inflammatory conditions of the skin as well.
Very interesting. Sublingually, under the tongue, you think is the best kind of delivery system
Yes,
if you're able to process it.
yes.
Rather than a lotion, so a topical application would be effective, but not quite as effective.
Right. So somebody taking CBD or hemp products internally, you may start taking it for pain or inflammation, and then you also may notice you have increased range of motion, or you're less anxious, or you're sleeping better because it's an adaptogen. So it's not a cure-all, but it really is going to cater to what your body needs, where a topical is not going to penetrate through to the bloodstream. So it's really going to be good for
Like muscle aches.
muscle aches, pain. And then again, I have a lot of people who use it for inflammatory skin conditions, but it won't address things like nervous system support or sleep.
So it wouldn't help me with my memory like the equipment that I forgot to bring today.
No, it would not.
We're holding the
Unfortunately, it would not.
All right. All right. So anything that's specific to, you mentioned like arthritic pain, but anything else that's specific to the 60 plus demographic?
I'm not necessarily. So I believe it's for everybody. And especially, I like to look at these products really as a preventative. So like somebody in their 30s could start taking it to prevent inflammation or pain in the future. And that's my personal belief. Now, somebody who is a part of the senior community may also notice that they're digesting better. CBD has been also shown to reduce blood sugar levels. I have a lot of people who come in who may be borderline diabetic. I have a lot of people who come in looking to reduce blood pressure. CBD has been shown to lower our blood pressure as well.
Wow.
For most people, that's a benefit. If you already have low blood pressure, I don't recommend taking these products. They're not for everybody.
Okay.
But there are a multitude of potential benefits that hemp and CBD could address.
That's very interesting. I have friends that as they've gotten older, they're not able to tolerate certain foods. They're not able to process them. That would be helpful for them.
Yes, for sure. It definitely could be.
But that would only be something that you would take, like topical application
It
wouldn't
won't help
with
with
that.
No, a topical will not help with that. Yeah,
Okay.
you would want to take it, and believe it or not, we actually do carry suppositories, CBD suppositories, which are a really, really direct delivery to your bloodstream.
That would be direct.
Yes, it sure would be. Yes, not everybody's favorite delivery, but honestly, it's an extremely effective.
Some people like it, some people don't.
Yes.
No one on this side of the table would like it. You have teas, you have lotions, gummies.
Yep.
Gummies is just another way to take it
Just
internally.
another way of taking it internally. Again, that would be that liver process. It would be processed through your liver, but
Right.
it's still a very effective delivery.
Right. It's going to process probably slower than putting
It
a
will.
tincture under your tongue.
Yes,
Yeah.
tinctures are one of our fastest deliveries.
Is there a taste when you put it under your tongue?
Oh, that's the downside. They don't taste great.
Ah,
They are earthy. I always
it's
say
like sucking on rope or something.
like Swiss chard with 0 salt, 0 pepper, and 0 garlic,
And no bacon.
and no bacon.
No
yeah,
bacon.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about Hempire itself, the business.
Oh, wonderful. So Hempire, we've been here since 2017.
Okay, we should say we're in Amesbury, Massachusetts. That's
Yes.
where Hempire is located.
Downtown Amesbury. We're located at 45 Main Street, right in the heart of downtown Amesbury. We've been in business since 2017. We're a woman-owned and woman-operated retailer. We're really, really proud to be here. They always say if you make it past 2 years in Amesbury, you're set for life. So we're quite a bit past that. We're going on 6.5 years.
Oh, wow.
We cater to all different types of people, again, predominantly seniors who come in looking for inflammation or pain relief. But yeah, we're a really wonderful place. The biggest piece of my job is education. So I tell everybody, if you come in, I don't care if you purchase a single thing, and we can talk for hours. And as long as you leave knowing a little bit more than you did upon coming in, that I've done my job.
Right.
We should mention that this is not a sponsored kind of episode of
No,
60
it's
Plus
definitely
podcast.
not a
Just
sponsored
informational.
episode. And we just really, well, actually, we had come in and met Gina, and she was just so knowledgeable, and the benefits are so clear for anybody, as you say, and especially our age when we're starting to feel those aches and pains a little bit more. And also this whole idea of inflammation and anxiety, and how anxiety has certainly increased. And my understanding is that anxiety leads to increased cortisol, which leads to inflammation. And
Yes.
so even if you're taking these products just to reduce that, I mean, I think that would be beneficial.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful preventative.
Are there any concerns about allergens or anything like that?
No, a lot of our products contain coconut oil. So if you have like a coconut allergy, but we have alternatives.
Is there something special about coconut oil that
It's a great binding agent. So again, the CBD binds to some type of fat, and the fats are what bind to our receptors. So coconut oil or fractioned coconut oil have been shown to be great binding agents for hemp and its compounds.
but not all the products have coconut oil?
Not all the products.
So if
Some of
someone
them,
did have coconut,
yeah, some of them may have like an olive oil carrier or a hemp seed oil carrier. But for the most part, unless you're sensitive to coconut oil, the products are very safe. I've never encountered an individual who had an allergic reaction of any kind. But I will say, if you are on a blood thinner, if you are on something for blood pressure, I do recommend talking to your doctor before starting these products.
where do you source your product?
So our products come from all over. We try to source as locally as possible. We partner with vendors out of Oregon, Colorado, some as local as Newburyport. All of our flour is sourced out of Vermont, so relatively local. A couple brands out of Maine as well,
When you say flour.
like raw hemp or smokable products.
Ah, okay. Oh, so smoking is another delivery method.
Yep. So it looks just like cannabis. It smells very similar to cannabis. It just doesn't have that THC.
Right.
Smoking and vaping is actually our fastest delivery. Not everybody's preferred or favorite, but it is an option.
Well, I'm really very.
You seem jazzed about this.
I'm glad.
Buy up the shop here.
We've worked really hard to curate an environment that's friendly and an environment where people should not be afraid to come in and ask questions like you did when you first came in and I met you both. And,
Yes.
it was a wonderful experience for me as well. I love interacting and catering to others.
Do you find that people are maybe confused that between cannabis and CBD, CBG, all the CBs?
For sure.
So that they think that they're coming in and they're concerned or hopeful that they're going to get high?
I think a little bit of both. I have to turn people away a lot. People think we're a cannabis dispensary. It is a misconception. We are not. We don't have any cannabis or anything in the store that's going to get you high. But I think once people sit and they chat and they see the other potential benefits that could come from taking hemp products, they do tend to leave with something. Hemp, cannabis, CBD, and THC are complementary of one another, in my opinion. If it's something somebody's open to, I encourage it, or at least researching it. However, everything we carry is non-psychoactive.
Non-psychoactive. Doesn't get you high.
It does not get you high, no.
Okay.
Bummer. No.
That's the reaction I get a lot of the time.
All right. Well, Gina, it's been so nice talking with you
Yes, you too, Joe.
about all of this. It's kind of a new thing. I wasn't even aware of CBD products. Do you refer to them as CBD products? How do you refer?
Yeah, CBD products, hemp.
You said CBD is going to go away when CBG.
And that's my personal opinion. I
Right.
believe that once farmers are cultivating these high CBG strains, CBG is, I read an article recently that referred to it as the mother cannabinoid because it's been shown to potentially do so much. I even read a study out of Canada recently pertaining to CBG and cognitive function, which
Oh, wow.
is incredible. And again,
that?
I can't make claims.
be
I'm
good
not
for
a
60
doctor.
plus.
Yes, it would be good for everybody, especially I think everybody's going through, post-COVID times
Right.
have been really hard for so many people. And, it could benefit people of all ages, but I do see more people 60, 65 plus. That's our clientele.
Maybe that will help me remember to bring all the equipment.
Oh yeah, right.
Find my car keys.
Yes. Yes, it's a wonderful compound.
Well, that was really interesting, don't you think, Joe?
I really do. It was very interesting. She's very knowledgeable about
She really
about her
is.
stuff.
And she's got so much passion around the product line. And one thing that she said to me when I was talking to her, she said that if I can just help somebody just a little bit, they come in, they're either in pain or they're, struggling with anxiety. And she is just all about helping people, whether that's educating them so they understand the benefits and how to use the products, or just spending time and helping them benefit from the products. It's a great thing that she's doing.
It's something I didn't really know very much about. I have to admit, I was one of those people that's kind of like, is there THC in the
Yes.
CBD and CBG and all the CBs?
Right.
She cleared that up for me pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've said to people, oh, yeah, I've taken a little CBD. They're like, oh, and I'm like,
What did you feel? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no, there's no, whatever she called them, psycho, whatever.
Psychoactive.
Yeah. It's not psychoactive and you don't get high. I have had like a shake with a little bit of CBD in it, and I did feel a sense of, I don't know, elation maybe is the word, but I think that does,
Was it chocolate? That might be why.
Yeah, that's probably it. I love chocolate. 72% dark chocolate,
Oh,
please.
that's a lot of dark.
Yeah, it's a lot of dark, but just plain. Okay, we could talk about chocolate for a while. So I think that's part of that lessening anxiety. And I think it also works with depression and things of that nature.
I know a lot of people that have digestive issues.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't used to have when they were younger, and I didn't know that CBD would help with that.
There's lots of ways in which you can use it, and there's a lot, that she has drinks, she
Can I
has
put the
teas.
shake on my knees?
Yeah.
Is that how that works? She was kind enough to offer listeners a discount.
She wanted to share some information as well as a coupon code. And the website, if you're interested in getting some more information before you perhaps travel over there, and you can also order online, is www.teamhempire.com. So it's TEAMHEMPIRE.com. And she gave us a coupon code that you can use online. And you just have to put in the promo code of Janet and Joe, and that will give you 15% off on the products with free shipping.
That's pretty good. And it's Janet and Joe, all spelled out, no ampersands or anything
No.
like that. So
Mm-mm.
Janet and Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And that will get you 15% off and free shipping. So that's pretty good.
That was really good.
It was nice of her.
Very nice of her.
We didn't ask for that. She just offered
No,
it up.
we didn't. Yeah, so I would recommend people take a visit to the site. And if you see something you'd like to try, you get the 15% off.
All right. Well, that was it was a different episode for us. We
It
haven't done
was.
anything quite like that before.
Well, we've never been on site
True.
because we are now mobile,
We are.
which is great.
If I remember to bring all the equipment.
Yeah, I really don't want to have to hold the microphone.
No, that wasn't fun. They're heavy, aren't they?
They're quite heavy,
Yes.
yes.
It was surprising to me, too.
Yeah.
I think that might wrap it up for this episode of 60 Plus Podcast.
Yes, indeed.
Do you have anything else you would like to mention?
No, I think that's it for us.
All right. So this is the 60 Plus Podcast. I'm Joe.
And I'm Janet. Bye.